At Fast Lane Traffic, we have a suite of policies and procedures that you will need to be aware of. These policies and procedures help us to guide the business both on the road as well as behind the scenes and help us improve safety outcomes for our traffic controllers. Let's look at some of the important ones now. Fast Lane Traffic Company Policies. Safety Policy. All safety-conscious businesses have a safety policy in place. This policy defines the business's commitment to safety and forms the core of our safety practices. Personal Protective Equipment Policy. Fast Lane Traffic acknowledges that the use of personal protective equipment plays a significant role in helping to keep our workers safe from harm. Personal protective equipment is the last line of defense for a worker and must be used with other control measures in place. Workers are required to use and wear all personal protective equipment supplied for the purposes of personal safety. Wearing PPE is mandatory for all employees and management. If PPE becomes damaged, worn out, or no longer functions effectively, workers must notify their supervisor immediately to ensure the item is replaced. Motor Vehicle Policy. Must have a valid driver's license for the type of vehicle being driven. Complete a vehicle pre-start checklist prior to driving. Free from the effects of drugs and alcohol. Obey all road rules. Avoid reversing. If you need to reverse, you must. Use a spotter, utilize all mirrors and reversing camera, or get out of the vehicle, walk around it and check for hazards. Drive to the conditions of the road and the weather. Don't drive distracted. Don't smoke in any fast lane traffic vehicle. Be aware of fatigue after a long shift. Driver is responsible for any fines incurred. Report all accidents and incidents immediately. Sun Protection Policy. Ensure all personal protective equipment is worn, including gola hat or sun hat, sleeves rolled down, sunscreen applied, and tinted safety glasses worn. Drugs and Alcohol Policy. Fast Lane Traffic says no. Definitions for the purpose of this policy: fit for work shall be regarded as for drugs. Any level below the cut-off levels specified by Australian standards or New Zealand standards, 4308 or Australian Standard 4760. For alcohol, 0% blood alcohol concentration. Compliance. All workers, contractors and visitors may be subject to intermittent testing in accordance with the provisions of this policy and may also be tested where it is suspected that they are functioning or attempting to work under the influence of alcohol or other drugs. Similarly, workers, contractors and visitors may be tested following any incident or accident where the influence of drugs and/or alcohol may be a contributing factor. Workers or contractors reporting to work or undertaking work with drug or alcohol levels above these standards will be subject to counselling and/or disciplinary action up to dismissal. Smoke-free workplace policy. Fast Lane Traffic has adopted a smoke-free workplace policy. This includes vapes and e-cigarettes. No smoking at all workplaces and work sites except for in designated smoking areas. No smoking while carrying out any work duties, including outdoor activities. No smoking in any company-owned or hired vehicle. Manual handling policy. Assess the load and plan the lift. Decide where and how you are going to move it. Is there a clear path to your destination and a suitable place to put the load down? By first assessing the situation, you can decide if mechanical assistance, aids, or another person is needed to move the object. Ensuring that your muscles and joints are warm and flexible by stretching before engaging in manual handling tasks helps to reduce the risk of injury and increase flexibility. Stand close to the load to minimize back strain. Carrying a load away from the body can increase the weight of the load up to 10 times. Feet should remain shoulder width apart for an evenly balanced posture when lifting. Lower the body and bend the knees. Get a firm grip on the load and pull the load as close to the body as possible. Use both hands and the whole hand rather than just the fingers. Raise your head and straighten your legs smoothly and without jerking. This will allow the back to maintain the correct upright posture and ensure the arm and leg muscles take most of the force exerted by the load. Keep the load close to your body when lifting and moving the load. Carefully place the load at its destination, preferably at waist height. If it is to be placed on the ground, then position feet. Keep head and back as upright as possible. Bend the knees and lower the load smoothly to the ground. Avoid twisting the body when carrying the load. Where possible, it is recommended that the semi-squat lift is used. With this lift, the normal standing curve of the lower back is maintained. Note that the back is not vertical to the floor and that the feet are firmly planted on the floor. Approach the load square on. Place your feet as close to the load as possible in a stable position. Flex from your hips and knees to get down to the load. Drive from your hips and knees to a standing position. When carrying, keep the load close to your body. When turning, keep your feet, pelvis and torso facing the same direction. Repeat these techniques when placing the load. Social media policy. Employees need to know and adhere to the company's code of conduct, employee handbook and other company policies when using social media in reference to fast lane traffic. Employees must not make any comment or post any material that might cause damage to the company's reputation or bring it into disrepute. Employees should be aware of the effect their actions may have on their image, as well as the company's image. The information that employees post or publish may be public information for a long time. The same laws apply to social media posts as they do to verbal or print. You can get into trouble for bullying or harassment via social media. Employees are not to publish, post or release any information that is considered confidential or not public. If there are questions about what is considered confidential, employees should clarify with management. Bullying, harassment, and equal employment opportunity policy. Fast lane traffic is committed to equal employment opportunity. Fast lane traffic believes that by living up to that undertaking, our employees will enjoy a rewarding workplace environment and that each person's access to available opportunities will be based on merit only. All applicants and employees can expect to be treated fairly in relation to employment, training, development and promotion within our company, based upon their demonstrated skills, qualifications and abilities. Any reports of sexual harassment or bullying will be investigated promptly and confidentially. Sexual harassment or bullying is unlawful and is taken extremely seriously by our organisation. Discrimination and workplace bullying in any form will not be tolerated. Fast lane traffic will not treat any person less favourably than another on the basis of their sex, race, age, marital status, pregnancy, family responsibilities, disability, impairment, religion, political beliefs, lawful union activity or sexual preference. All equal employment opportunity issues that are brought to the attention of fast lane traffic will be immediately investigated and resolved while respecting the confidence and rights of all parties involved. Other fast lane traffic policies. As previously mentioned, fast lane traffic has a host of policies that govern our business. Other important policies include quality policy. This has a lot to do with the admin side of the business and our customer service standards. Environmental policy provides guidance on our environmental commitments. Fatigue management policy provides guidance on fatigue in the workplace. Injury management policy guides us on what needs to be done if someone is injured at work. Grievance policy, workplace behaviour policy, privacy policy are all self-explanatory. You will now complete a short questionnaire about what you have learned in Part 2. Once complete, you can proceed to the final part of the induction.